What's up, football fans? Coach Kevin Smith doing another call sheet breakdown. Today we asked the question, is Tua Tagovailoa worth the massive contract he just signed with the Miami Dolphins? 4 years, $212 million, just over $53 million a year, putting him now in the upper echelon of NFL quarterbacks in terms of their contract. And I'm going to cut right to the chase and say, yes, I believe he is worth this deal. But I will caveat that statement by saying I believe he's worth this deal for the Miami Dolphins. I don't know if Tua's skill set applies universally across the league. I don't know if you could take him and plug him into any system and he would have that same success he's having in Miami. But for this team, this coach, this system, these skill players, I think he's a great fit. So let's take a look at the film and talk about why Tua is probably worth the contract. So to begin, we have to ask ourselves the question, what are the Dolphins trying to do on offense? And the answer is they're trying to spread you out and get their athletes in space, stretch the defense horizontally so they can now gash them in the seams those stretches create. So here you see Miami in an empty set. You got two receivers to each side of the field, tight end to the left, and they're going to use some quick, I think they call it exit motion, a lot of different names for it. They're going to take an interior receiver, and just before the snap, they're going to motion him out wide. You see that there to the top of the screen. This is going to force the corner to widen. And when I pause it in a second, wait till you see all the space that this is going to create in the middle of the field. And if you have a quarterback who's accurate and can get the ball out quickly, like Tua, you can absolutely gash defenses. So here comes this late exit motion. And now look right here, right? Look as we see the effect of that on the defense. There's an incredible amount of space now between the numbers. And all Tua's got to be able to do is diagnose the receiver coming open and deliver an accurate throw. And he's going to wind up hitting his receiver to the top of the screen here on a little slant, catch and run. Miami loves the catch and run, man. They want to put you in a position where you can catch the football and make yards after the catch. So again, a quick decision maker and an accurate quarterback like Tua is perfect for this system. So the Dolphins use a ton of creative motions, and I mentioned this exit motion. They unveiled that on the NFL World in Week 1 last year, this game here against the Chargers. In this instance, they used Tyreek Hill to do it. It's almost unfair because what this exit motion does, here's Hill, is in motioning him out towards the sideline at full speed, basically gets a running start before the snap. And you're going to see the Chargers in man coverage. They're going to force their nickel here to have to widen. And that's going to allow Hill to leverage him towards the middle of the field. I mean, there's really no defender in football that can stay with Tyreek Hill from a standstill, much less opposed to when he gets a running start like that. And now all Tua's got to do is find him and deliver an accurate throw. Again, look at the leverage that this allows Hill right here. I mean, this is unfair because the defender, when he widens, essentially turns his back to the quarterback because of the nature of the motion. And now when Hill stems him outside, the defender is going to have to get his hips all the way around to defend any in cut, any move to the post. And so when Hill goes here, there's just absolutely no way the defender can stay with him. It's a creative motion, nice wrinkle by Mike McDaniel. Everybody in the league is now copying it. But again, Tua's ability to get the ball out fast and deliver accurate throws is one of the reasons this is really successful. I can't emphasize enough how important Tua's accuracy is to Miami's scheme. They've got all these great athletes with tremendous speed. And by delivering accurate throws that allow the Dolphins to catch and run, they just make chunk play after chunk play. Watch this one. The Chargers, God bless their hearts, are going to line up in press man and try and cover Tyreek Hill one-on-one. That's noble, but probably naive. As you can imagine here, you're going to get this sort of deep in-cut again. In-cut's really hard to defend in man-to-man. And watch Tua deliver, once again, an accurate throw that's going to allow Hill to, as we've seen several times now, catch and run. Inside cut. I mean, again, wide open space in the middle of the field, catch. They're going to track him down because he's into the boundary there. But still, by being able to use play action to draw up the backers, and Tua's quick release and accuracy, they're just setting themselves up for big yardage plays. Tua is also a mobile quarterback whose athleticism allows Miami to do some creative things. I mean, they get him out of the pocket. He's not the biggest guy, so you don't want him standing behind a wall of linemen trying to diagnose coverage. So again, RPOs, play action passes. In this instance, you're going to see a little naked boot, right? Watch him here ride the run fake and now roll out to his left. And now again, deliver an accurate throw. Look at all the space, though, that's created. My gosh, Miami does such a good job in their scheme of creating space for their athletes. You got receivers running wide open here, and again, run after the catch because of the accurate throw from Tua. So taking advantage of his athleticism is another huge benefit of this offense. I mentioned Tua's limitations and why I don't think his skill set might translate to every system in the league. He's not great when you ask him to sit in the pocket, deliver balls deep down the field, go through progressions. Tua's a much better one read and throw it kind of guy. Watch here, the Dolphins are going to run the classic Dover route. That's deep over. Pretty much every team in the league runs it to some regard. Here's Hill up to the top, and Hill's going to run the post in the deep over. And now you're going to get the slot receiver on the crosser. This is the deep over route. And then this outside receiver just sort of sits down to try to hold that corner. They want to target Hill deep down the field. But watch Tua coming off of this little play fake. He's a little bit late with his eyes. And you can't be late down the field in the NFL. I mean, this should wind up as a pick. He looks at his little hitch first, and then he comes back late to Tyreek Hill. He's got Tyreek Hill early, but he doesn't recognize it because he's looking down here to the bottom of the screen. I mean, look at Hill right now. I mean, this is as open as you're gonna ever need Tyreek Hill to be. But this ball is late in coming out. And then because Tua kind of throws it off his back foot because he looked initially down here to the bottom of the screen, it's going to be short. So again, man, I don't know if this is Tyreek or if this is Tua's strength. And again, I don't know if you could plug him into any system in the league and just have them go through their passing game. I think you have to tailor it to what he does best. Here's that same route, just a different look at it. This time you're going to have Hill run the deep over and Jalen Waddle on the post, but it's really the same exact result. You're going to see Tua's a little late with the ball. He's going to throw it off his back foot. Doesn't seem to get a great view of things. Again, he's in the pocket. And at, about 5'11", he doesn't really see real well over everybody up front. And he doesn't really have the arm strength to get this ball there unless he's got great mechanics and he can step into it. So you see his limitations as a pocket passer. But as a timing route guy, as an RPO guy, as a boot guy, as a guy who takes advantage of Miami's scheme, he's a really nice fit for this offense. All right, so Tua got paid $212 million, generational money. From what I hear, couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Hopefully, he can kind of make it work in Miami. Because if he doesn't and he's got to go elsewhere or Mike McDaniel has to go elsewhere, I don't know if Tua will be able to continue to maintain his level of success. But for where he is and the fit, it's a really great deal. Congratulations to Tua and the Dolphins. All right, this is Kevin Smith doing another call sheet breakdown. Take care, everybody.